everybody, take two for this stream. Welcome back. I have no idea what really happened last time. It's not the Wi-Fi because for like the billionth time, the new modem works fine. I don't really know what happened, but Streamlabs decided to say that it was dropping frames and I decided to try and restart my computer. I think it's doing a little bit better now, but if you hear or see any problems, please don't hesitate to speak up as soon as you see them because I will try to fix them. Sometimes it's things out of my control. Additionally, I don't know if you hear that background sound right now, but let me know if you do. It should be fairly subtle for you guys. Additionally, let me know how the volume is for the music so that way I'm not like hurting anyone's ears. But I feel like it should be okay now. But again, let me know if you see something. With that said, let me say hello again. Hello Shiver, hello Fawn, hello Bill, hello Orchid Angel. Welcome in, friends. I'm so sorry about that. How are you guys though? I really missed you. Hello Patrick, welcome back in. This stream is gonna be fluent in Japanese, as in yapping. I love the word yap lately. It's been my favorite. Hi Willis. So I don't know how many of you actually knew this because I talk about Luna a lot, but I do have a dog. She is in her older / like golden years though, and she stays with somebody else at the moment though, just because she's happier there. With that said though, would you guys like to see her? I feel like a lot of you haven't even heard of or seen my dog before. She's kind of anxious right now because she's hearing all the airplanes. There's an air show going on here and it's pretty loud in person. Hello Anthony, welcome in. Studying yapology right now? Exactly. Precisely. How are you guys though? Yes, show the dog. Okay. Come here, Willis. She is 10. Come here, Willis. Come here. She may not let me hold her for very long though. Say hi. Say hi, Willis. Say hi. Okay. She doesn't always like whenever I hold her up to the camera, which is why I don't do it very often whenever she actually is home. She's adorable. She's cute. Thank you. I appreciate I was trying to thank you guys and then she just like hacked out some fur. To clarify about what I was saying, there's somebody else who is her dad figure and they don't live with us. So because she's trying to live out her golden years, she is coughing out a hairball on my lap. That's really lovely. Thank you so much, Willis. That's amazing. Hello, Ryan. Welcome in. And hello, PC Brian. Welcome, everybody. I've always been a dog person. I feel like for a lot of my life, I was a dog person, primarily with like medium to smaller size dogs, just because like a lot of the time, like bigger dogs had a tendency to like get all up in my personal space bubble, like, but not in a good way. If you in chat does not like that, that's your own opinion. That's okay. No, you're good. Nobody's judging. How are you? I'm good. I mean, I'm mildly stressed because the first time I tried this stream today, I decided it didn't want to work out. And honestly, I was maybe gonna play something today, but I just decided to have it be a yapping stream. I haven't done one in a while. I think last time that I did this, it was like a crocheting / like yapping stream. But to be honest, I haven't crocheted with like thinner thread in a while. Are you trying to get down, baby girl? Down? Here you go. Okay. Gonna see your baby cousins tomorrow? How fun! I hope you have a good time. Well, I was gonna ask you guys, this is like just right into it, I guess. I had a question and I wanted to know what you guys think about it, given like I feel like it's a very like the word here, I guess, like controversial. I wanted to know, have any of you here seen any of the Terrifier movies? And if so, do you like them? Do you not like them? What are your thoughts on them? Given I don't want anybody arguing in chat, please don't do that. But if you have any thoughts on it and if you've seen it, I'm very curious if you like them. I'm not muted, right? Just making sure, because I want to double check everything else. Okay, I think I'm good in that regard. I'm going to my house tomorrow morning. Well, I hope you have a nice time. It's always fun seeing family when you can, especially if you're close. Oh, and I realized I haven't pinned a message. I always pin a message here. Actually, considering today's been kind of wonky with the first attempt that I did for the stream earlier, I'll pin the Discord link, and if I end up feeling like I need to pin something else, I will. Hello, FF. Welcome to the stream. I like the first Terrifier. I was introduced to it by a friend of mine. It's funny just because, like, she and I went to elementary school together, and then, like, when went to the same middle school too. We just didn't really talk much, we didn't really talk much at all, but like we were acquaintances when we were younger, if that makes sense. And then we kind of like rekindled a bit of a friendship as adults. And then she introduced me to the Terrifier series. Their names are Gavin and McKinley. Well, I hope you have fun whenever you see them. Hasn't really been that much of a good week. Oh yeah, weren't you saying in a different message you were having a hard day? I'm sorry. So sorry to hear that. Well, I hope it gets better. Oh, I want to show you guys the other day whenever I was kind of like waiting to be able to stream again, I got a case for my Switch just because I feel like to an extent Nintendo Switches are kind of at the end of their lifespan, and they're not that they're like breaking down a bunch or something, but like they're getting to a point where like inevitably production will slow down and eventually halt. Not yet, but eventually. Especially because we all know that they're working on the next console, so like the focus is there now, not necessarily on production of a normal Nintendo Switch. So I decided because of that it was a really good idea to get a protective case and to get a screen protector, just so that way, knowing myself, since I'm not necessarily the most balanced person, I'm very clumsy sometimes, I thought I would get a case. It's literally right next to me. Just give me a second. I will literally, hold on. It's right next to me, I promise. Hold on. Okay. So the screen protector is obviously just clear, but here's what the case itself looks like. I almost got a different one, but I decided to get this one just because I liked how it was honestly like kind of thick. Like I liked how it's like a very like bendy silicone one, but I liked how thick it felt just because I feel like that'll help it to absorb more impact should I drop it, which I inevitably will at some point. Yes, this little tiny village. Wait, what was that about? Wait, I don't know what that message was referring to, and I'm a little bit confused. My case is pretty. I really like it. It's not necessarily like a matching aesthetic to my current aesthetic or however you would describe mine. I thought it was cute anyways. We're back. Welcome back, Luke. It's a massive pain to go through. I searched up on Google Maps. But wait, I'm still confused though. Like, what is the what message was the tiny village thing referring to? My friend thinks I chose my baby cousins instead of him. Sorry to hear of that. Sometimes you do actually need to see, you need to see family and you can't do other things. I'm sorry about that. What was wrong with the previous stream? For some reason, it was just like weirdly like laggy, and I genuinely don't comprehend why. Yeah, if I was gonna know where that was, I would have to look it up because I don't know where anything is in England at all. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I literally got a new modem. It's fine. And then Streamlabs was like, psych, I'm gonna mess with your stream just to upset you. And it kept dropping frames and it was just not a good time. I do want to backtrack a little bit. So I think Orchid Angel said that they like the first Terrifier. Has anybody else seen them, and do you like them or do you not like them? I also want to heavy emphasize on the fact that if you don't like them, 1,000,000% understand why. That is not my place to judge anyways. I've been busy taking care of my mom recently. She's been sick. I'm so sorry. I feel like a few of you are having kind of a stressful time right now, so I just want to, I mean, it's not much, but I'm sending out a virtual hug in chat for all of you. I wish I could do more to be helpful. I'm so sorry to hear. I want to see them haven't had the time. For some reason, I mixed up your message with somebody else's because I know Bill was talking about family. Wait, no, wait, was it? No, that wasn't Bill. I keep mixing up somebody else's messages. I'm telling you, my brain is fried from like stress. I'm okay though, don't worry about me. So, correction on myself since I splurged like 3 different messages at once. You should watch them though, given they are very, very graphic ones, as in they're like gore type horror movies. So like if you cannot stomach that, or if you feel like that would be triggering or upsetting in any way, I would honestly just avoid them like the plague because they have a lot of that involved. Trust me, going through that during school holidays, like half term and on weekends is a massive pain to get through because it involves a lot of stop and start traffic. Oh, that's the worst. I'm so sorry. Traffic just enrages me. That, and then have you ever been like, wherever it is that you're going, you're in the car, and then there's people on motorcycles like weaving in and out of you like super, super fast. That makes me mad. It really does. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've got this project coming up. Too many things to write with so little information. Well, I hope everybody, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're going through or experiencing or looking forward to or not looking forward to, whatever those things are for you, I hope you get them sorted, and I hope you get some good positive energy soon. Genuinely, I mean that. Favorite movies are The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I feel like I've seen both, but it's been so long that if I was to watch them right now, it would be like a brand new movie for me because I don't remember anything. Hello, Neptune Gaming, welcome in. How are you? What should I do for right now? Like for fun, or are you just like looking for something to watch maybe? Or traveling in the middle of the lane? You know what else makes me mad? I literally ranted to my friend about this the other day, but I was in a Walmart and there were so many people around me that were not watching where they were going, and if I was to like turn a corner to go somewhere, somebody might like at the last second zoom past me, not say excuse me, or bump into me, or both, and it fills me with rage every single time. Like, can people please, 1, watch where you're going, 2, please say excuse me. Like, it's very easy. Oh, did you cry? I'm so sorry. That's not nice at all, Ryan. I am so sorry. So sorry, like genuinely. That's not nice. I hope you feel better soon. I'm doing well, how are you? Stressed, but okay, like don't worry about me. But I'm good, thank you for asking. Currently, I'm wanting to watch the entire box set of The Adventures of Merlin. You should do it. Life is too short to not do things that you enjoy. Hello, Alan, welcome in, how are you? I haven't seen Lord of the Rings yet, but I've been meaning to. I hear it's good. I haven't seen it since I was probably like 9, realistically. I could be remembering the timelines wrong of how old I was at the time. Forgive me if I am, but I was definitely probably not old enough to watch them. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, I did a marathon of the 6 films, extended 20 hours and 18 Monday night non-stop. I don't know if I could watch that many back to back. Oh my gosh, I cannot do well with my social anxiety. For me, it's more so just like I get so impatient so quickly in a store like a Walmart because of what I just said, just people cutting me off, not saying excuse me, just the lack of manners makes me really aggravated, like within seconds. That and then the harsh lighting kind of hurts my eyes and gives me a headache sometimes. It's been a year since I had Portia on my island. Can't wait to celebrate her birthday today. Wait, it's Queen Portia's birthday and I didn't even know? I'm clearly a fake Portia fan then, I guess. Shame on me. And thank you for letting me know, Patrick. I'm like at the, wait, hold on. I'm like at the entire end of the show and not wanting to spoil anything, but in the next episode, Morgana is going to lose the battle. I don't think I understand what that means, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm sure if I watched it, I would. That shows how much of a fan I am of those films. What I have marathoned, however, is copious amounts of the show Supernatural. That I will happily marathon any day of the week. Vaughn, if that's the thing that I'm thinking of that I've seen on the news, we should probably not bring that into chat today, but that's if I'm thinking of the same thing. Ryan, if you're referring to the person that was making you cry, honestly, I would say depending on how you feel, it is up to you. So do whatever you feel is best because I'm not you and I'm not in your position. I would either A, just take some space to, you know, calm down, take private space for yourself to collect your feelings. And if you would like to afterwards, you could either A, talk to that person about it politely, or if you feel like that wouldn't be a good idea, I would honestly just maybe not speak to them for a little bit, because if they were being hurtful and they're not taking you seriously and they made you cry like that, then I don't think you should talk to them because they're not being very nice. Well, ultimately, that's your call. That's your situation, not mine. Supernatural's my favorite show. I love Supernatural so much. Too crowded in here too. Anxiety. And oh, I'm sorry, Alan. So all I want in the series, Morgana and Arthur get married, meaning that Arthur and Morgana are the king and queen of Camelot. I still don't fully understand because I haven't, I don't know any of that. I'm sorry. Imagine trying not to marathon all of The Simpsons. Oh, that would take me forever. It really would. I don't think so. It is a very lowly heard of event. I'm not going to mention anything about it, though, I promise. Okay. I thought maybe we were thinking of the thing that went viral. I'm trying not to word what it was specifically because it was a very awful, sad thing that happened. Me and my friend playing Fortnite. Oh, that sounds fun. Well, maybe playing Fortnite with your friend for a little while might make you feel better. Oh God, possibly lose my mind watching every single episode of The Simpsons. Me too. Honestly, me too. I think so. I won't play with them. Well, whether you play by yourself or with somebody else, maybe playing just a game for a little bit will make you feel better. Sometimes that's what makes me feel better. Like whenever I was younger, for various reasons, if I was upset about something, playing Animal Crossing, whatever one was like the most current game, was a really nice way to feel better. I wish I could yap about a show, but there's like nothing that I watch. I feel like the shows I could yap about would be, let's see, Supernatural, definitely Bob's Burgers. These two aren't shows, they're movie franchises. But I could easily yap about the Saw franchise and the Terrifier franchise. Sometimes I hear phrases in Fortnite and I have zero knowledge on what they mean. Like, what is hitting a clip or cranking 90s? I don't know what that means. I don't know what either of those mean either. I haven't played Fortnite in like a while. I use board games and card games to decompress, calm down from stress. If I had people with me right now, I would play a board game. I'm by myself at the moment. If anybody knows what those things mean that Shiver was saying, can you let me know? Because now I want to know too. I've heard those before. They're gonna say, oh yeah. You guys remember a while ago how I said that I lost the case for my Tears of the Kingdom game? I still don't know where it is. Excuse me. Still don't know where Breath of the Wild is, or the game for that, so they're just gone at this point. Okay, sorry, I'm fine, but if you saw me grabbing my chest, I'm okay. Kind of gross maybe, but have you ever like felt like you were gonna burp, but then it like didn't want to come out all the way, and then it just gets like stuck right here, and then only like slowly comes out? super, super gross. I'm sorry, but I need to know if that's just me. I hate most things about youth, but when I get stressed, I would play on my Nintendo Switch like Animal Crossing because the game's that soundtrack is so nice to calm down to. Oh, I definitely agree. I love playing Animal Crossing to decompress. Sometimes I'm not necessarily super motivated to decorate or something, but it is just nice to play sometimes. I just watched the Cinderella trilogy, actually. I could definitely yap for hours about how Anastasia's character arc is possibly the most drastic one in Disney media. I don't know if it was like... Wait, hold on. Okay, I guess it wasn't the song. I thought like I heard something like in the background. I thought maybe it was like the alert box like talking. I couldn't tell if it was like that or background vocals. Is cranking 90s not just building up very fast? That's probably what that is. That's what I was in. And speaking of Disney, by the way, you know what Disney movie I completely forgot about until the other day? Is Meet the Robinsons. Completely forgot that existed. And then I heard the song Little Wonders by Rob Thomas, and it made me feel so emotional that I just felt the need to watch Meet the Robinsons. I still haven't because I don't know where to watch it. I don't have Disney Plus, so if it's there, I probably can't watch it. Unless I can get a free trial somehow, because I cannot pay for that right now. It feels like all the streaming services lately are so expensive. I actually own the game and I never knew about that movie existed until I started playing the game. Meet the Robinsons? Do you have Fortnite? I do have Fortnite, but I don't stream it. I forgot about that movie too. It was so good though. I used to joke actually. So whenever I don't remember his names, it's been so long. It was so not like the little boy, but you remember like the taller boy character that had like the black hair that was kind of like that would go up like a little quiff. You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember his name, but like the taller one that was like that. Here, if I can, I'm gonna see if I can get a picture of it. If there's a sudden like bright white cast on my face, it's just because of Google. So hold on. Meet the Robinsons characters. I don't know which one it was. Okay. Okay, hold on. Never mind, that is not the right file type. Are literally any of these the right file type? Hello, this is not nice. Okay, never mind. I wanted to pull up a picture for you guys, but Google doesn't want to cooperate with me. But if you remember, or if you want to Google it yourself, the character Wilbur Robinson, I used to joke that my fiance looks like him. And I told somebody that once, and now they can't unsee it. We recently watched the Alice 2 and Wonderland movies live action. I haven't seen those in forever. Are they available on streaming services anywhere? Yeah, there's Meet the Robinsons on the Nintendo Wii. Oh, okay. I didn't know they had a game. And Meet the Robinsons is honestly such an underrated movie. Loved its message. I really want to watch it. If I can find it somewhere like affordable to watch, then I would love to. No, not Goob or Bowler Hat Guy. I specifically mean Wilbur Robinson. I could be, I mean, Because doesn't Goob turn into like the hat guy or something? Goodvibes is my favorite Disney movie. Hello, Megs. Welcome in. Can I add you? I'm not really adding anybody on there for right now, but thank you for asking nicely. I appreciate it. And hello, Coda. Welcome back. No, you're good. You're good, Megs. It's okay. You're completely fine. Available on Disney Plus. My sister has a Disney Plus account. I know that all kinds of streaming services have like heavily cracked down on account sharing, so I might not be able to make it work, but if I can, I gotta watch Meet the Robinsons sometime soon. It's been forever. I haven't watched it since I was a child, and I'm 23 now. I need the nunchuck attachment for the Wii remote. I have one of those, and I have, I think, like at least 2 or 3 remaining functional Wii remotes. Actually play the game because you need to use the nunchuck joystick on the nunchuck to move. Okay, got it. Okay, well, thankfully I have both of those. Unlike the female protagonists in the newer Disney movies, they all have the same adorable personality. Hear me out, but the thing that gives me the ick about a lot of Disney stuff lately is how, you know, okay, think of, first, for example, picture Elsa from Frozen. Even if you haven't watched Frozen for some reason, I'm sure we all know what she looks like. Picture Elsa. Her eyes are like these massive cartoonish eyes, but everything else is very small feature-wise. And I feel like Disney lately has been heavily doing that with a lot of their female character designs, where like the eyes are like massive bug eyes and everything else is small. It was fine for a short while, and now that like they keep doing that to everything, it makes me mad. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I don't like it. It's honestly like kind of ugly. He does turn into a villain in the future. Have you ever watched Treasure Planet? I feel like I have, but it's been a hot minute. If you saw me ask, oh, I did, but it was like cutting out super bad, so I was just gonna answer it again. As of right now, I just go with the standard, you know, please be at least 13 because of Discord terms of service. That way we can abide by their rules. But if for any reason that ever changes, I will definitely be very thorough with that announcement. Like, I will, you know, tell everybody in the Discord server. I will announce it on my community tab likely as well, because YouTube is the primary place, honestly, where I advertise the Discord server. So just, I promise I will make it very clear if and when that change ever happens. But for right now, just to please be at least 13. Yeah, the best homemade mashed potatoes for dinner. Listen, I feel like a lot, okay. I feel like instant mashed potatoes, hear me out. I mean, yes, real potatoes for mashed potatoes is ultimately better because there's more nutrients, but I feel like instant mashed potatoes are good. They're delicious. Oh yes, well, while I'm mentioning that, by the way, speaking of age and everything, reminder, friends, that if you are under the age of 18, please, 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 please do not publicly tell the chat how old you are or hint at it, because that's not safe. I know that feels kind of restrictive, but I promise I'm just trying to look out for you guys and your well-being. We also had pork and pickled beets. Listen, I need to know if y'all agree with me, so I'm gonna do a poll about this. I don't even know why I haven't done a poll yet. Like, this is the perfect stream for a poll. I don't like mashed potatoes at all. Is it a texture thing, or is it like the flavor? Also, hello, Sidaf, welcome in. Hold on. Also, by the way, how's the music? Is it too loud or anything, or is it too quiet? I couldn't do a just chatting stream without music. It would be like way too silent. All right, poll should pop up in just a second. Okay. Oh, no, you're good, no, you're good. So the thing is, if you are at least 18 or older, like you're legally an adult, that is okay, because I find that safer, given use your own discretion. If you feel safe doing so, you can. Just please be at least 18 is all I was saying. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Texture, definitely. I hate mushy foods. Totally fine. I'm like that with bananas. Even if they're like a very like firm banana, I still don't like them, because like chewing it up just feels like sweet mush. Pickled beets are good. Muscatti's perfect. Howdy everyone. Hello, Allie. Welcome in. You don't have to ask me if pork chops are good. It's immediately yes. Pork chops are so good. I love your chat overlay, by the way. It's super pretty. Thank you. I can't take credit for it because I didn't make it. I did buy it off of a pack on Etsy, but thank you. Okay, cool. I don't like seafood. Personally, hear me out. I don't like pork chops. I just feel like no matter who has made them, they gross me out. And it's just like, they're always too chewy. So chewy. And like, the more that I have to put in that excessive effort to chew it up, the more I don't like it. Like, the longer it has to sit in my mouth, it just gets progressively more disgusting. As for seafood, it depends on the seafood, because I can't eat shellfish. I'm allergic. So that is immediately no. I'm more okay with, so for something like crab, I'm more okay with what's the word? Imitation crab than I used to be, given like I wouldn't like necessarily crave it, but if for some reason I was out getting sushi with a bunch of people, if I wanted something with like crab to like fit in or whatever, I could have imitation crab and that would be okay, but like it wouldn't be my first pick. I do like salmon though, and I like tuna. Otherwise, like I can't really eat much seafood. I'm okay, my mom had to remove gallstones from her duct in next 24 hours and she's not gonna feel well from the medicine they gave her. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I hope that she feels better soon. That sounds stressful. I'm so sorry you're going through that. I don't like pork chops either. I think it's the taste. It's not really the taste for me. It's just like the excessive effort I have to put in to chew it up that grosses me out. I feel like seafood has a horrible smell. I will say sometimes seafood is kind of stinky, but some of it's delicious. I joined your server food. Let me get up to stream if you want. Thank you so much, Coda. I appreciate it. We're kind of a small server, but we are a tight-knit little community, and I'm hoping to grow the server over time. I love meat. Too many minds. I love chicken, pork, steak, beef, and on the seafood list, crawfish, shrimp, and krill. The grocery store that I go to, like I'm sure you've all heard of it, H-E-B. It's a Texas-wide store, so like that's not necessarily a private thing to share. H-E-B at certain times of the year has crawfish boils right outside the doors. So if I want to go in the store during crawfish boil season, I'm forced to smell it, and I don't like the smell of cooking crawfish. It grosses me out. Meat-wise, I like chicken. I absolutely hate steak. Steak and I have never gotten along. Steak and I will fight each other. If steak was a person, we would get into a fist fight. I don't like steak. And speaking of that, you know what's funny? So I'm one of 3 children, and my mom is still to this day, like in a joking way now, of course, not the big of a deal, but she's salty that she's managed to birth a child that didn't like steak, because my sisters do, and I don't. You want to wait list for gallbladder surgery to move her gallbladder? I'm really sorry, Zedette. That just sounds really stressful, and I hope that everything goes well and it goes smoothly and healthily. We had pork loin. I feel like I don't really like pork that much. I rarely chat in the server, but when I do, I feel good to be in there. Well, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you feel good in my server. I'm having chicken nuggets for dinner tonight. I have no idea what I'm having for dinner tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Also, by the way, hold on. Oh, if I didn't already say it, for steak, it's not necessarily a flavor thing. A lot of steak does taste really good. It's just the texture, because for me, I feel like whenever I chew it up, it's not about how long it takes. It's just like, it feels too fibrous in my mouth, like all like the muscle fibers. And I feel like I can feel every single one of them, and it freaks me out. Oh, by the way, are you having any dipping sauce with the chicken nuggets, or are they completely barren? Hi there, lurking. Hello, MS. Welcome in. No worries. Hope you enjoy your lurk. Looking on the topic of chicken nuggets, spicy McDonald's nuggets are so good with barbecue sauce. By the way, friends, I'm not here to tell you what you can and cannot eat, but I do want to say, please don't get the quarter pounders from McDonald's right now. I would honestly, quite frankly, avoid them entirely because of the E. coli outbreak. There are people that are unfortunately suffering right now because they were infected with it. So please choose the food you order with caution. It was specifically their quarter pounders because of the onions that had E. coli, and then that can spread really fast and easy. So please just be wary of what you order, please. Please, please. I don't want you guys to get sick. Look, on the topic of chicken nuggets, spicy McDonald's nuggets are so good. Oh, I already read that. Sometimes I reread stuff and I don't even realize it. I take a quick shower. No, you're good. You're good. It's hair wash day for me too. Especially because I was outside a lot more recently and I feel like my scalp was sweating. Like it just feels gross. Your chicken nuggets with ketchup, honestly, a classic. And the spicy food, me too. How that happened? Oh goodness, that sounds awful. So long story short, I don't remember the manufacturer's name, but some manufacturer's name located somewhere in California, they were in charge of distributing the onions, like growing and distributing them for all these companies. And some of said onions got infected with E. coli, and then that was sent off to McDonald's, multiple McDonald's locations. They were specifically like the circle onions, like for things like a normal cheeseburger there, they use the diced up onions. Those are like freeze dried and they get rehydrated when you make the food. And then with something like a quarter pounder, you have like normal sliced up circular onions. And essentially those onions were used for the food anyways, unknowingly, and people are getting sick from them. So again, I'm not necessarily going to tell you where to eat or what to order, but ultimately at the very least, I would avoid ordering a quarter pounder because it's not the safest thing right now. Like, you can Google it, and I promise I'm not lying to you. I wouldn't lie to you guys about that. That's very specific to lie about. I mean, the Carolina Reaper, the second hottest pepper ever. The hottest is Pepper X. It was found this year. Do you know what the Scoville units are? Oh, and speaking of spicy stuff, you know what I learned a while back? It's like one of my favorite fun facts because I love spicy food. Spicy stuff is not a flavor whatsoever. It's not. It's a sensation, a physical sensation, because capsaicin, the thing that's inside of food that makes it spicy, it's picked up in your body as a pain signal, and Scoville units measure how much pain that gives your body. So for example, if you ate a jalapeno pepper for some reason, just took a big bite of it, and then you feel that spicy sensation on your tongue, your stream seems to be functioning slightly better, if not far better than before. I restarted my computer, so that's probably what helped it. But whenever you eat that, your body perceives like your tongue is on fire because of that pain from the Scoville units. And yeah, spicy is not a flavor. It's a pain signal in your body. It's good. I don't like any types of McDonald's burgers. I've always disliked their taste. Fair enough. But yeah, I'm glad everything seems to be going well. You guys are at any point are more than welcome to point out any issues you feel like are possibly going on. Given some things are out of my control, but I will always try my very best to see if I can fix something. I haven't done a just chatting stream, also I feel like I'm looking back and forth between the chat, camera, back and forth. That's why my eyes are doing that. I hate spicy food. I don't like the sensation, honestly. Again, totally valid. I love super, super spicy stuff. The only thing is it makes me really upset whenever it gets like on the skin around my lips, because that in particular just burns so bad. That is genuinely uncomfortable. Also, wait, before it leaves my brain, because it will, and I know it will, I have to change the subject really fast so I don't forget. I don't trust myself not to forget. The Stardew Valley 1.6 update is coming to a Nintendo Switch, and I believe every other platform that's not PC on November 4th. So just in case anybody wasn't aware, or if you didn't see that, there you go. 2.2 million for the Carolina Reaper. Wait, 2,693,000 for Pepper X? Oh, bye. That would hurt. Look at your camera every now and then so it stays in focus. Sometimes I swear, like, I feel like whenever I first got this camera, I feel like it felt like it would focus better. I don't know. Like, oh, part of me wants to go and mess with it, see if I can get it to focus more, but I don't know. I feel like I would have an easier time doing that if I had another light to go behind me, because right now, you guys can't see it, so you're gonna have to take my word for it, but there's monitor here, there's a light on top of the right monitor, there are two mini lights right behind the camera that you can't see back here, and then you have my keyboard, mouse, and mic and everything. I wish I had a separate light to go down there somewhere behind me, but to point at me, but on the floor, because I feel like the camera could look even better if I had just a little bit of extra light. And there are hot sauces that are hotter. Do you guys like Cholula? I feel like it's like a very like basic hot sauce, but I really like it. Like if I was just gonna casually add a little bit more to my food, I would probably go with Cholula like every time. I'm excited for the update on Switch. Me too. Cause like, hear me out, y'all. I love Stardew Valley, and it's very convenient doing PC streams, but I don't know. There's just something about Stardew that I love playing on my Switch. Stardew Valley has been rotting in my Nintendo Switch storage for a while. I need to play it again. That's a mood. I have so many games that are like that. The hottest hot sauce is called Instant Regret. Wait, really? Are you just trolling me? It's gotta be painfully spicy, if that's what it's called. Bye, have a good rest of your day. Bye, FF. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'm not a spicy food girly. That's okay. Totally valid. I feel like I just really like it because I was fed so much of it as a child that I feel like I became accustomed to it really quickly. You're not? Well, I have to Google that now. Okay, hold on. I need to know. Okay, you weren't joking. Wow, okay. Well, I still wouldn't try that just because I feel like that would even be too much for me. I hope for anybody that can tolerate it, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, for it to come to Switch so I can play my OG Vanilla Farm. What I was gonna say though is just like, because I love the Switch so much and I love playing Stardew there for some reason more than PC, listen, if you've been here for a while, you know that I did a perfection run on Stardew Valley a while back. Whole bunch of things happened and then I've lost the memory with that farm, unfortunately. It's a long story, but that memory is gone and I miss doing a perfection run. I started Serenity Farm on my PC because it was going to be a slow but casual farm at first, but I miss like the vibe of like constantly working and grinding to get perfection. And I want to start a new perfection farm on my Switch, but that means that Serenity Farm is probably just going to be like abandoned low-key. I don't joke about spicy foods and sauces. No, you're good. I believe you. Do you guys like buffalo sauce? I feel like it's a good balance between like a little bit of a kick, but like still having a lot of flavor to it. The only thing is that depending on where you get buffalo sauce from, some places have it where it's like you get more of the flavor but less of the spice, and other places where it has like more of the spice but less of the flavor, and then some of them are too vinegary. It just depends on where you get it from and how you like yours. But whenever there's a good one, I love buffalo sauce. It's very good. I love soy sauce. I'm a very big salt person. I love soy sauce with a lot of meats. I actually, even though I love very salty and spicy, savory foods, surprisingly do not like soy sauce. I don't know why. And it's extra funny because I know soy sauce is another thing that sometimes is eaten with sushi. I like sushi. For some reason, the soy sauce just grosses me out. Ooh, we're trying Buffalo Wild Wings new flavors on Sunday. What are the new flavors? We're just really hungry with this topic, right? Everybody, let's just say hypothetically, let's say money was not in the question. Like you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about that at all. If you could order anything in the world food-wise, what would you order? Ooh, I like this song that's playing right now. It's very gentle. It's a nice vibe. Oh, you know what I haven't been able to do in a while because everything was just not being very cooperative with the Wi-Fi? Okay. I'm going to gift out 5 of the memberships right now. Actually, I'm going to wait a second so I can read your responses first. I don't want to accidentally interrupt you guys, but I'll do it in a second. I don't want to interrupt you. Teriyaki chicken with extra sauce. Definitely. That sounds good. Cheesecake? What kind of cheesecake? Or just like plain? New flavors are buffalo bacon and golden fire sauce is the perfect blend of sting and zing, where sweet and tangy Carolina gold meets fiery chili is how they describe it. That's like a very poetic way to describe it. And like sometimes I feel like they do that to make it sound more enticing, but all I really want to know is just like straight up a description of the flavor without the poetry. Prime rib. Ooh, ribs kind of sound good too. I'd order that. Ice cream cake. Oreo ice cream cake is really good. I'd like to get one. Chocolate raspberry. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't interrupt anybody before I did it. Now I'm gonna do it. Just because that'd be so rude to be like, hey, here's this question I'm asking you about, so let me do this right now, and then it interrupts your responses. There we go. It's processing it. There we go, there we go, okay. Reminder, by the way, that if you are not already opted in, be sure to click the little green thing you see at the top, or click at the green thing in the message. Click on that to opt into gifts. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations to Allie Mae, Orchid Angel, Mr. Dill, Twisted, Duck Roblox, I believe. Did I miss one? No, I don't think I did. Okay, we're good. Congratulations, everybody. I hope you enjoy your emotes. And remember that if you would like to join the Discord server, if you have not already, be sure to connect your YouTube account to Discord so that way the bot can give you the role. Oh, and if you haven't seen them before, here, I'm going to preview actually all the member emotes really quick. I really wish we could add a new one. I want to add a new one so bad. By the way, the little alert thing for those, I feel like the thing behind it is just not big enough. Because the thing is, I mean, yeah, I can change the text size, but that's only going to do so much. So if I shrank it so it would fit over it, text would be too small to read. I just kind of compromised and I made the text a little bit bigger than the actual GIF. What do you think of the flavor of buffalo bacon? Like, would you like it? I mean, I do like bacon, given I prefer turkey bacon over pig bacon, but I would definitely try it at least. It sounds like I would probably like it. Like if it's buffalo sauce based, then yeah, there's a good chance I'd like it. Oh, there was this phase, speaking of that, I had this phase for a while when I would make air fryer hot dogs as like a quick lunch, and I would just pour buffalo sauce on them, which sounds really gross, but I swear it was good. Hello, Imagination, welcome to the stream. Teriyaki sauce is just, how many people here like sushi? I can make that into a poll just so that way it's easier. I know we're talking about lots of different things like rapid fire, talking about all kinds of topics. So, do you like sushi? Just a quick yes or no. It'll pop up in a second. But I only like boneless wings. I mean, I'll eat a bone-in wing, but to be honest, I prefer boneless too. And I know it's like, people are like, oh, that's just like a chicken nugget, which like, as much as that annoys me, I kind of see where they're coming from with that. But I also feel like boneless wings, I feel like sometimes, at least at my location, whenever I get wings, which is from Wingstop, I feel like a lot of the time I get more meat off of it that way. And it's just, I appreciate that. You've never tried sushi. Do you like any seafood at all? I oddly enough like bone-in. I don't like bone-in wings. I'll tolerate them, but like if I was given the option, I will almost always choose boneless wings over bone-in. I like Wingstop too. And you guys prefer like saucy wings or like dry rub wings? There's one of the airplanes going near the house right now because the air show. They're more sparsed out now, so you shouldn't, I really don't think you should hear it. This mic's a lot less sensitive than the old one. Interesting. I really thought a lot more people would have said yes. I'm not judging, by the way. I'm just really surprised. From England, so fish and chips is about all I've had. Oh, okay. I love saucy wings. I really like them saucy. I don't like the dry rub ones. I like dry rub wings. I'm not a sauce person. I'm the opposite. The dry rub wings, the only one that doesn't gross me out is the garlic parmesan ones from Wingstop. All the other ones gross me out a lot. Maybe I'm just simple. No, you're good. It's okay. We are not judging. What kinds of foods do you like? I feel like today is a food stream for some reason. I didn't intend for this to be a food chatting stream, but here we are. I feel like the last time I did a yapping stream, we talked about like what felt like hundreds of different topics. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm just like not a dry rub person. I just like, I like it. The more sauce, the better. I want to like, what I wish I could tell here. We're gonna say this is a handheld mic for a second. It's tinted chapstick. We're gonna say this is my handheld mic. If I was speaking to a Wingstop employee about my order, I would say, give me as much sauce as you possibly can without getting yourself fired. Give me as much sauce as you can. So much so that you start questioning if you should give me that much sauce. As much as you can without getting in trouble. That's how much sauce I want. Also, the boneless garlic parmesan wings from Wingstop are so good. Yes. Pork Angel, hear me out. Next time you get Wingstop, get a garlic parmesan sandwich form and dip that in their ranch. So good. Cheeseburger, which I've had today. Ooh, what do you like on your cheeseburger? I'm like, we were talking different like meats earlier. I like burgers, but at the same time, I'm very picky about where they're from. The big thing is like how thick the patty is. So oftentimes, if the patty is too thick, I'm not gonna like it. My favorite rub is from Buffalo Wild Wings called Desert Heat. I haven't eaten at Buffalo Wild Wings in a while. Typically, I just go to Wingstop, but I'm not against it. I just haven't eaten there in a hot minute. I go for Five Guys. What would you order? Me. Oh, by the way, I know sometimes because my hair is like a darker medium brownish and then my headphones are dark and my chair is dark, you can't always see my hair. I promise I didn't cut my hair or something. You can see my hair tie, I guess, but I've got hair. Speaking of, I have been kind of debating getting a haircut. Well, not going and getting one, cutting my own hair actually, because I don't go to places anymore. But I'm not sure. If anything, I might at least cut the ends just a little bit to like get the split ends off. I've done it a few times now and I haven't had any problems. And at this point, I figured since I haven't had any problems, I may as well keep doing it. Top 10 foods I'm craving right now are Twix, taffy, chicken, cheese, steak, literally just sauce, me, wings, garlic bread, and apple and seasoned fries. Speaking of that, I haven't asked yet today, what is everybody's craving of the day? Could be a drink, could be a dessert, could be like a more of like a meal food, literally anything. What are you craving today? For me, I honestly just like have been wanting sushi. Like I literally, at HEB, they have like a sushi section and I want to get some. We don't need groceries right now though, so I probably won't do that. I don't really listen to much rap music, to be honest, so I don't really have an answer either way, but welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Is your name just pronounced like Hugh? Like that? Maybe stupid question because I got Cadbury chocolate there. I haven't really eaten it in a long time, but I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah, I'm pretty positive. I just don't really eat it much. Let's see. I just noticed something. I'm looking at my eyebrow. I put a bit of like of the eyebrow filler in when I was putting on makeup earlier, which I didn't put on much, not the point. But like at the very tail end of my eyebrow, I accidentally didn't put enough, so it looks like a little bit too sparse. And it's like weird looking now. I can't stop looking at it. I love Cadbury chocolate eggs. You guys pronounce, speaking of like chocolates and like candies, like sweet stuff, do you guys say Reese's or Reese's? I say Reese's. So just to make it easier so I can tell what responses are what and I don't get confused. So do you say it like 1 Reese's or 2 Reese's? 1 or 2? Easter chocolate, low-key the best. Oh, around Easter time, if you celebrate, do you eat the hard-boiled eggs that are used or no? Whenever I was younger, I would. You pronounce it like Reese's, same as you. I feel like it's just a location thing, like depending on where you're from. Love Cadbury whole nut chocolate. Everyone has to try that one. Wait, what kind of nut does it have? Like a... Oh, and speaking of, you know what other food, like other chocolate with nuts that I don't like, though? I can tell you definitively that I don't like them is Almond Joys. Almond Joys are disgusting. No, it's not because of the chocolate and it's not because of the almond. It's because of the coconut. I will forever associate the flavor of coconut and the smell of coconut with sunscreen. I can't eat an Almond Joy and not think that it tastes like chocolatey sunscreen. It just, gross. I wish I could show you guys the dog right now. I mean, technically, since I have a camera that's not a webcam, it's just like sitting, literally, I don't even have a tripod. It's just sitting. Y'all are gonna roast me so hard here. My camera is sitting on top of a ladder. Specifically, there's a like 2 tiny boxes, a book, and then a bunch of game cartridges with my camera sitting on top of all of those because I have been too cheap to buy an actual nice tripod. Y'all like cosmic brownies? I haven't had one since I was probably in elementary school, but I just feel like if I tried eating that now, I'd probably like feel sick from how sugary they are. I never wanted to believe that when I was younger, that whenever you grew up, sometimes stuff is so sweet that like it's gross. Not tried cosmic ones. I mean, like, they were good when I was younger, but that's just like too much sugar for me to think about right now. Oh, by the way, normally I would spread out the gifted memberships that I can do a little bit more. However, since like streams haven't always been wanting to cooperate for me, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the other ones just on the off chance something silly, goofy, or obnoxious happens. Just because I want to use them. And the month is about to end anyways, so here is the second half of the gifted memberships. Congratulations to everybody who gets one. They randomized it, I'm pretty sure. I feel like whenever YouTube first introduced that, it was supposed to be like for active people, but that clearly didn't work. Also for drinks, I think my favorite thing to do is just make lemonade or limeade. I tried Cosmic. There's some own brand ones for my local supermarket that I like. Let me say hello, or not say hello. Let me say congratulations. So congratulations to Fawn, Kyle, Kyle is Royal Pride. Congratulations to Yoshi, congratulations to Sophia, congratulations to Chains. Thanks so much, Lexi. Of course, you're welcome. YouTube decides who gets a membership. Whenever they first were talking about implementing that, I swear they kept swearing up and down, telling everybody they were gonna make it specifically for community members of yours that are really active, or at least semi-active. That I feel like went out the window because they have not been doing that. They've been giving them out completely at random. But I feel like, to be fair, considering how many channels have that feature, it might get kind of hard to implement it where it's specifically active people. Hot chocolate for the win. Just realized maybe I eat too much chocolates. No, that's fine. Especially if chocolate makes you happy. There's no shame in that. You're good. Oh, by the way, Coda, I had to miss Ash's stream because she had to stream really early today, last minute. I saw in her thumbnail, though, that she was giving herself bangs. Did she actually give herself bangs? I'm curious. Hello. Hello, welcome to the stream. Do I pronounce your name as Or? Or just like, because there's the O-R at the beginning. It didn't last long? Oh. Did she cut her hair at all? Did she just throw anything? Lexi, I thank thou for randomly bestowing roles of your kin. I shall nobly express my gratitude through the emotion thou hast given to moi. The way that I pictured you, like, saying that, like, wearing, like, an old, like, you know, like, the old, like, fancy, like I don't know if it's, like, from, like, not the Victorian era. I'm trying to remember the name for the correct era, but basically, like, older, like, royal clothing. I picture you saying that with, like, a big scroll, and you're reading off what you just said off, like, a big scroll. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Also, I've been thinking about it lately, and, well, there's 2 things I'm thinking about that I want to address in regards to channel content. So One, I haven't finished my Undertale series yet, and I'm so sorry. All kinds of crazy things happened that ended up delaying a lot of things, actually. But I'm hoping that at some point soon I can finish Undertale on stream. I'm also hoping that at some point I can still get the Fields of Mystria review video out. But honestly, I feel like the more time that there's been, the less of a point that it feels like doing it, because I wanted to post that ideally whenever there's a lot of hype online for it, and ultimately I feel like a lot of that has kind of died down. It's not a dead game, don't worry. I'm not calling it a dead game, but the peak hype where it's ideal to post that is kind of gone. Been lining up her hair on where she wanted to cut it, and she ended up revealing her new bangs before suddenly ending the stream. Oh wait, so she already cut them. I'm gonna have to ask her about that, or go back and watch that or something. How long did the stream end up being, by the way? Speaking of, by the way, if you guys don't know who Coda and I are talking about, I do have a link for her. It's my friend Fairy Queens. She actually reached 200K subscribers recently, which is insane. But anyways, if you love silly, goofy, satire content, or if you especially like Roblox in particular, she's definitely somebody good to watch. She's very silly, but very fun to watch. "49-minute stream." Oh, that's how long it was? Okay. That's wait, Anthony, I said hello, right? I always try to welcome you guys in when you pop by. For some reason, I didn't say hello. First of all, I'm sorry, and welcome in. Went in her bathroom for better lighting so she wouldn't mess it up. Gotcha. That's valid, though. And it's either coming out with an update for Fields of Mystria coming out soon. Well, then maybe I can still do it. I'm saying maybe because all kinds of unpredictable things are literally always happening for me, like constantly, and I've had to accept it at this point. But if I can still make it work somehow at some point, I will. Given there is something else I'm needing to work on off screen too that's not necessarily a video. So we will see. I will try, but I can't realistically promise anything anymore. It was under 60 minutes. Okay, then yeah, it was just like 49 minutes. I kind of thought about, when I say bangs, I don't mean like the straight across bangs or like a side swoop bangs. I've also thought about those like Sabrina Carpenter type bangs, but I don't know if that would look good on me, given, and you have like textured wavy hair. And at the same time, you know what's funny about that? Depending on literally the way that the way that I shampoo and rinse my hair affects my hair so drastically. Like if I wanted to have a lot of extra volume and still be wavy, I'll wash my hair upside down. If I'm lazy and don't feel like doing that, or if I just don't want extra volume, I just wash it normally and it's still wavy that way. It just won't have as much volume at the root. How to make lemonade: water, sugar, lemon, a couple drops of lemon juice, and chef's kiss. Speaking of lemon juice, there was this one time I was using it in the to make something in the kitchen, and I didn't realize it was expired. After using it and eating it, I looked at the bottom and it was expired, so much so that it was, you're gonna gag when I say this, but it was like chunky at the bottom. Like there were floating chunks in the lemon juice. So gross. Oh, that poster? It's backwards for you guys, but it is a astrology poster based off of the Star Tarot card, because I love tarot cards, all things crystal tarot cards. Oops, I just shook the desk by accident. Sorry. I've got a bunch of tarot decks. According to Insta, they're coming out with the first major update on November 18th. I feel like they had to have seen how many people wanted to romance Ulrich and that were upset that they couldn't romance Ulrich. So maybe they'll change that at some point, but I'm not sure. I think I want bangs. Then my cousin who does my hair said, no, you don't. I feel like that's kind of rude though. Like nobody can speak for you unless you're you. Like nobody knows what you truly want better than yourself. So I feel like that's a little rude, but I can't speak on that because I was not there. I'm assuming you meant that, by the way, because there's really nothing else behind me. You know what still doesn't make sense, by the way, and speaking of my setup, you can't see it, but the strip lights that I have behind me, the part of it that's to my left, all of these are like a purpley, like a light purpley lilac in person. All of them are lilac, right? And then if you go up next to the left monitor, you can't see it, I'm sorry. But the little light there, one of them is like red for some reason, instead of being like that lilac. See? This side is messed up too. I guess I just did not put in enough eyebrow stuff today. That's embarrassing. I like the aspect of bangs, but then she makes me realize that they are a pain. I will get tired of them after a week, and she is right. Do you just collect tarot cards or do you do readings too? Just curious. They are very few and far between, but occasionally I do tipped tarot readings. Sometimes I'll do a collective one too. By tipped tarot readings, to clarify, it's just It's not any specific amount. It's just tipping whatever it is that you can afford and what you can afford to spare. Because honestly, I completely understand not having a whole lot of spare money at the moment. I fully empathize with that. So I don't charge a specific amount for that. Just whatever somebody can share if I'm doing it that day. Like, in fact, there was a whole thing for that at one point. I called them Tarot Tuesdays. I love bob cuts, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have a bob cut, but I did have a pixie cut whenever I was 13. I had a pixie cut whenever I was 13, and then whenever I was, I believe at that same age, I was either 13 or 14, I got my industrial piercing, but then it didn't heal right the first time. And I had to redo it whenever I was 15. I had to redo it like a few times. I don't know why my ear is so red. I think it's just because of the headphones, but yeah, I need to get new jewelry for this. Oh, by the way, Orchid Angel, wait, it was you that said that you really like Supernatural too, right? If that was you, there is a Supernatural themed tarot deck available on Amazon. Do with that information what you will. Did I get the chapstick on here? No, okay. That one was loud. Did you guys hear that airplane? Really quick, yes or no? Did you guys hear the airplane? Okay, there we go. I was about to skip to the next song if it didn't start like playing the actual music again. So you didn't hear it at all then, right? Did anybody hear anything? No? Okay. All right, we're good with this mic then. I remember my old mic, it picked up literally anything and everything. Like, I'm not even kidding. I don't know who all was here for that specific old mic. I would just be doing whatever it is I was doing that day. And then it could pick up something as far as my neighbor's kids playing in the yard. Like, it would pick up that much. Like, there was one time whenever one of the kids was like screaming while they were playing, and somebody was like, what is that? Like, are they okay? I was like, oh, it's fine. It's just my neighbor's kids playing. It's okay. In academic astrology, then there's one called the Astra Project. Oh, wait, what is that for? Do you mean like, is that like a thing to watch? Oh, it's a podcast. Okay. I was gonna ask. I didn't know what it was. I guess while I'm doing this, I feel like sometimes it messes with the camera's ability to focus, but I can change the color of the lights. Here. Let's see what the blue would look like right now. What do we think about the blue? I feel like it's a totally different vibe. With academics who talk about astrology. I mean, I really love astrology, but at the same time, there is so much depth and detail to it that I feel like I need, number one, a separate blank journal to make notes in it for that. And then two, I want some nice books for astrology. Like nice, like reliable books, because I love it and I feel like I already know a lot about it, but there's still so much more that I have left to learn. With that said, while we're talking about that, I believe I still have this command. I don't think I've gotten rid of it. Let's see if it still works. It should still work. I don't know why it wouldn't. Sometimes I take, there we go. Okay, yeah. So if anybody was wondering about my big three, I'm a Taurus Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. That is double Sagittarius. In fact, I'm pretty sure in my overall chart, I have both a Sagittarius stellium and a Gemini stellium. That's a whole other subject though. I'm so tired. I had a busy day. I went to my friend's this morning and then the vet came out for the pig and I had to walk my neighbor's dogs and then top off the temporary crown fell off of your tooth? You have had such a wild day today. I'm so sorry. Honestly though, about the crown though, I would definitely talk to your dentist ASAP. Because it should not be falling off that soon. Didn't you only get that like a couple of weeks ago? I mean, I know it's like a temporary crown, but still. I would definitely talk to your dentist as soon as possible. Oh, and the other thing about astrology that I was going to say is, speaking of big three and talking about my moon sign, a while ago I was talking, like I downloaded Chat GPT just because I wanted to ask it stuff about astrology to see what it could tell me. And interestingly enough, so I used Cafe Astrology to get my normal chart, and it says I'm a Sagittarius moon. But according to Chat GPT, I'm a Scorpio moon, which I wouldn't necessarily mind, but I just, That's so different. Scorpio's a water sign, Sagittarius is a fire sign. Like, they are so different. I mean, I don't mind it either way, but I'm just confused now. Because I always went by calling myself a Sagittarius moon, but then ChatGPT was basically explaining on the day that I was born at like 2 p.m. the moon went from Sagittarius to Scorpio. Or actually, no, wait. I think I might have mixed my words around though with that, but either way, just and at 2 p.m. the sign had changed, so now I have no idea if I'm magically a Scorpio moon or a Sagittarius moon. Yapping about astrology is something that I like to yap about, if you can't tell. I called the dentist and they said not to worry about it and to call back and they will fix it. I just got the temporary crown after the root canal. And let's say I don't get the permanent one for 3 weeks. Are they going to charge you again for it? Because, like, it's already expensive enough as is to pay for, like, a lot of different kinds of dental care. If they charge you some kind of crazy amount, I will personally go and call them up for you. Yeah, they better not charge you anything crazy. I mean, I imagine maybe some kind of fee, depending on where you go. I'm not really sure how it is there, but it better not be anything expensive because that's not going to be very nice of them. By the way, friends, please make sure that you like the live stream if you have not already. Liking the stream is completely free and it's a very easy way to help me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll be 95 years old and still want to go trick-or-treating. I will always say this, and I mean this with my full chest here. There is no shame in going trick-or-treating at any age. There are so many worse things that people could be doing with their time. The last thing you should be worrying about is somebody, like, let's say, like, the biggest one for me is if it's a teenager going trick-or-treating and then somebody who answers the door to give everybody candy makes some kind of snarky comments about it. That just, I could rant about that so easily. Like, why do you care so much about a teenager going trick-or-treating? Like, they're still young. They are plenty young. They are allowed to do that. They're not hurting anybody. Why do you care? Some people are just really judgy. It's their issue. They will have to re-cement it. If it's going to fall out again, like, is it worth it? Honestly, just make sure that they give you a good deal. Like, don't take any smack from them. Hi, go gifted membership. Hello, Duck Roblox. Welcome to the stream. That was from me. I hope you like your emotes. Excuse me. I love Halloween. Like, it's so nostalgic. There's just the feeling in the air. I still remember whenever Halloween was really, really, really cold. And I don't know if you guys were like this whenever you were younger, but whenever I was a kid, my mom would make me wear leggings and sweaters and jackets under and over my costume because of how cold it was. And as soon as I walked away to get far enough, like because I would go with my cousins and my sisters, I would just take all the sweaters and stuff right back off. I feel like going out trick-or-treating whenever it's cold and not bothering with that just builds character. Yeah, I feel very passionate about that topic, Fawn. I feel like the last thing that anybody should be hating on is somebody going trick-or-treating. It's just to get candy. Like, let people have fun. Let people enjoy things. We have enough negativity in the world as is. Let people enjoy their trick-or-treating. You know what I mean? I just feel like that we need a lot more positivity. We really do. It's sad because we used to get a lot of trick-or-treaters in my neighborhood last year and we got like 5. It was upsetting. I was sitting out at the end of the driveway. They would walk by. Okay. So we have a Ring doorbell and I remember last year because like it would detect motion and like that motion is sometimes just people on the sidewalk and stuff. So I would check to make sure that it wasn't somebody wanting candy and I would watch people walk by. And like they can technically do that if they want to, but it made me sad. This may be a hot take. So I completely understand if somebody doesn't like this hot take, but I feel like trunk or treats are a big part of the problem. There's a big reason why a lot of people don't want to do trick or treating anymore. I mean, given a big part of that is feeling like some areas or some details of that feel unsafe, which is understandable, and I get that. But the other thing that's a big part of the problem is the trunk or treats. The whole trick-or-treating, dress up, going and getting candy, it's that you go door to door to go get your candy. There are some situations where trunk or treats can be helpful, but there's just so much of them now that it's completely taking away from the trick-or-treating culture. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not trying to sound like I'm being a hater, because I'm not a hater, but I feel like there needs to be a bit less A bit less emphasis on trunk or treating. I'm glad you saw what I meant. Oh, so many things about Halloween. The candy, remember to always check your candy first. Yes, yes. Oh, check it. The costumes, the spooky spirit, the happiness on everyone's face, and so much more. Do you guys remember, if you would go trick-or-treating in groups, let me know if you did this, because my cousins and my sisters and I would do this. We would go trick-or-treating in groups, and then whenever it was time to eventually come home, or if we got too cold, we'd just go home. We would sit on my aunt's living room, and everybody would sit in a circle. We would all dump out our candy, and then we would start trading. So for example, I didn't necessarily like Whoppers, but one of my cousins did. So it would be like, okay, I'll trade you this packet of Whoppers if you give me like that really cool lollipop that you have. And we would trade. Like the candy was like a form of currency almost. We used to get like 50 or so kids, and last year it was like 2. I was like, come back a second time and get more candy. I give out large handfuls too. Speaking of that, I have a bone to pick about this specific scenario. For example, let's say it's Halloween, okay? Let's say you have candy set out in a bowl, like maybe you can't like sit out there with it for whatever reason. Life happens, it just happens. So if you go to the door and someone's sign says to please take X amount of candy because they only have so much, if you do that, if you anyways just take the bowl and dump it in your bag or take a big handful when it says to only take so much, that is very greedy. I will stand by what I said. That is very greedy. If you take the whole bowl or take a lot more than it says you should, that is greed. Stop it. And if you're allowing your child to do that, stop it. There's like hundreds of trick-or-treaters in my area, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for you. I wish we had that. I wish we do. Oh, do you like it? I love the emojis that we have. I would hoard my candy. We would walk around my neighborhood, and my dad would drive us to my grandmother's and aunts when I was younger. For me, my most vivid memories of trick-or-treating, my mom would take us over to my aunt's house, and then she and my aunt would sit in her driveway instead to give out candy. And then again, my cousins and sisters and we'd all just kind of walk around the neighborhoods together. But we would bring like a couple of different cell phones with us, and we would call my mom or my aunt if we needed something. And that was always nice. I have a lot of good memories with that. And the more I think about it, like, the more it's making me sad that Halloween doesn't feel cold anymore. I wish it was cold. It's supposed to be cold. I used to hate Reese's peanut butter cups. I always traded them with my brother, and now I'm the one trading for the Reese's. Same. I don't know what my deal was, but like I hated them when I was younger. I gotta go see ya. Bye, Duck Roblox. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I feel like, oh, and the other thing I didn't like, whenever I was really young, for some reason, I totally hated Kit Kats. Now I love Kit Kats. I feel like Kit Kats are a good like balance between like crunchiness and sweetness, but not so sweet that it's like gross. I always looked forward to it, and now I'm sad that there isn't a lot of people. I know. I wish there was more people. Don't get me wrong, we still get trick-or-treaters, but not nearly as many as we used to years ago. Like even compared to only 5 years ago, like we had way more 5 years ago. That makes me sad. By the way, out of curiosity, what are y'all's thoughts on my hot take about the trunk or treats? Because I'm not saying they need to go away entirely. Like, that's not the case. Like, I definitely think that they're reasonable and useful, like, here and there. But I wish that they weren't, like, normalized so much that it took place of trick-or-treating. Because I really feel like it has done that. Like, it should be available, like, if you need it or really want it. But I really wish that it hadn't taken the place of trick-or-treating. That's all. My favorite thing is probably Sweet Tarts or Twix. Also, those are really good houses to loot. They give you the giant pack of candy bars. It's cold here, but it's super dry. We desperately need rain. I agree 1000%. I'm back. I had to take my dog out. No worries. Welcome back, Luke. We were just talking about trick-or-treating and like the concept of like trick-or-treating versus trunk-or-treats. I don't necessarily like trunk-or-treats, but that's also just me. I also just feel like it's less fun to get in the whole costume just to walk around in a parking lot. I would take my dog out, but she's asleep right now, so I'm just gonna leave her be. She was anxious earlier, and I don't want to disturb her if she's finally asleep. Well, I have a poll that I'm gonna do. it's kind of like circling back to a subject that we talked about earlier, but it's like a different question. So forgive me for like circling back to a different subject, but like give me a second. I have to make sure that I don't make any typos, because knowing me, if I type way too fast, I will probably make a typo. Okay, so on the chance that YouTube wants to flag this word, it's just the word gore. I put a 0 instead of an O, so that way YouTube, just in case they're not totally in my business about it, but that's what that's for. It's about horror movies, by the way, just that way that doesn't sound sketchy. I should have said that first, but yes, it's about horror movies. Okay, poll is up. I was curious, so for my fellow horror movie fans, because I feel like there's a lot more of you than I thought there were a long time ago. Which kind do you prefer? Paranormal, psychological, the gore ones, or there's also an option at the very end that just says, I don't like any scary movies. So if you are not a fan of them, I made sure to put the options that way you could select it if you wanted to. Personally, I like all of them, but if you like really, really, really made me choose for some reason, I like paranormal ones a lot. I work at their Halloween party today. My dog is less than a year old. Wait, what kind of dog do you have? I think you may have told me, forgive me. I guess I think I've just forgotten, but what kind of dog do you have? And yeah, I haven't carved pumpkins in forever either. If I carve one for some reason, I want to make it look like Doodle Bob from SpongeBob. Mihoy, minyoy, minyoy. Or whatever it is. My favorite Halloween memory was going home in Halloween pajamas and eating candy while watching a spooky movie with my family. I kind of want to watch Halloween Town. I haven't watched it in a while. If I can find it somewhere later, I might watch Halloween Town. Ooh, that reminds me. Speaking of those, while we're talking about it and talking about like Halloween stuff and scary movies and whatnot. Sorry, my neck hurts a little bit. Have any of you seen the movie Twitches, or did you watch it when you were younger? I think it was just supposed to be like a combination word of twins and witches. Golden Retriever, his name is Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, I don't watch that super regularly anymore. I feel like I did when I was younger. I kind of do here and there in Ash's server because sometimes they showcase it there. That reminds me, we did a SpongeBob movie night in Ash's server recently. I think I might have missed that one. Sometimes I'm not always available for movie nights and it makes me sad. I'll try to make the next one if I can though. In fact, do you know if there's one happening tonight? I love watching Are You Afraid of the Dark. A while ago, I was telling you guys how I found out that Sarah Paulson was in another horror movie, and I said that I was going to watch it, and then I completely forgot. I keep needing to watch that. I don't know if I will tonight, though, because I know I can be forgetful. The last horror movie I watched was Night Swim. It scared me so much. It's really good, though. My thing is, whenever it comes to horror movies, because I've seen so many of them, I feel like I'm genuinely hard to scare. That, and then a lot of the times, for ones where it's like if it's something like a gory horror movie, I like to watch them in the sense of I love trying to figure out what practical effects they use. Like I watch it from that kind of perspective. So I'll look at it and I'll be like, I wonder what trick they did or what they used for this or how they did this or how they pulled off this scene, so on and so forth. Like I nitpick it in that sense. Let me watch this kid, Hocus Pocus. I haven't seen Hocus Pocus in a hot minute, but speaking of that phrase, I feel like you would like this, Luke, but I saw this sweater. It was from TikTok Shop, and it was a goose wearing a witch hat, and instead of Hocus Pocus, it said Honkus Ponkus, because like a goose honking. I thought it was cute. There might be movie night this Sunday. Not exactly sure if the movie topic's going to be about SpongeBob. That's okay. It didn't have to be. I just wanted to make sure that I tried to attend at least. The sequel for Hocus Pocus made me happy. I haven't seen it. I love that. I know. I want one, but I really need to save my money right now. I really do. I haven't been able to stream regularly because all kinds of crazy things keep happening. And literally, I was already upset enough earlier after like Streamlabs messed up the stream. And then I go onto YouTube and it literally, and I quote, I have a picture of it, made a suggestion, and it was like, hey, you should try live streaming once per week if you actually want to make money. And I was like, Don't you think I'm trying? I try, besties, but sometimes life happens, and that enraged me so hard earlier. Like, YouTube did not have to come for me like that. Like, bestie YouTube, I'm doing my best. Leave me alone. That felt so mean. Also, by the way, just as a quick little check-in, how's the audio? How's the visuals? How is just everything? Want to make sure it's all good. Hopefully it's all good. This stream is dog, food, haircut, bangs, trick-or-treating, movies. Exactly. That's the point of a yap stream. We just yap, 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 yap about all kinds of stuff. Completely different note. You know, I don't know what the word for it, but you know, like the tissue that's in your mouth that connects your gums to like the inside of your cheek? Whatever that is, I have canker sore developing on it on this side and on this side, and it makes it hurt to brush my teeth. It's not fun. And I'm pretty sure it's just from stress because I was stressed to pieces over not being able to stream from recently. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm always needing to drink more water. I try really hard to be good about it. Mac, welcome back, Sidef. Oh, by the way, I feel like we've been talking about so many things today, but for my Animal Crossing island, specifically the Chapel Roan island that's based off of The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess album, that island is still being worked on. It's not done, but I'm still gonna like stream on it and whatnot. I need to hydrate more. I have good days and bad days with it. Sometimes like I'll be really, really good at it, like back to back for a while, and then I'll randomly just be like, oops, I haven't had water in several hours. Oopsies. And I'm not proud of that because it's a bad habit that I'm trying very hard to break. So I hope you and your fiance are doing well. We're doing okay. I'm just like, I'm at a point in regards to like my personal life where like there's some details of my personal life that I'm trying not to talk about as much just because I've grown to want a bit more privacy, which is why there's certain topics you probably won't hear me talk about as much. But yeah, we're okay. I'm just not talking about certain things as much because I like to protect my privacy. But we're okay. How long ago was my first stream? It was September 18th, 2020. So it has been 4 years. I'm not gonna lie, I originally wasn't even going to stream. I was just gonna post YouTube videos. And then my friend Fairy Queens and my fiance collectively both encouraged me real hard to try streaming. So I did, and here we are. But yeah, I really wasn't even gonna try it at first, but they encouraged me to try it and see if I liked it. Here we are. Oh, circling back a little bit to connect this subject with the different subject we talked about, David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, is apparently about as tall as my fiance, so I have my answer for how I would look standing up against Art the Clown. I always thought he looks like he would be really tall, but he's not tall as I thought he was. It's time to break the ice. If the name Maggie rings a bell from your 2021 streams, I'm her. I might be mixing you up with somebody else, but did you have a picture of Isabel as your icon at one point? Oh, is it 6 days until Halloween already? I don't know, given I don't even celebrate Halloween. Which is ironic. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff related to Halloween because I celebrated it when I was a kid. I don't celebrate anymore though. I don't judge if you do though, by the way. Just to put it out there if anybody was wondering or had the thought in their heads, I don't judge whether you do or don't celebrate. You did? I think I remember you then. Wait. So did you just like change like your username then at some point? And if so, do you want me to still call you Fawn or like what? I just want to make sure that I'm being respectful and all. By the way, in a moment, I might get up and do a little stretchy stretch because it's been a bit since I've streamed until today. And I feel like I need a good stretch. I hate when the volume on commercials gets really loud. Do you have any memories of like waking up in the middle of the night, whenever you were younger, and then just seeing like, this made me think of that for some reason, but you ever like go to sleep, wake up randomly, and you saw George Lopez on the TV, like with like from the show that he was on? I have so many memories of waking up to George Lopez on my TV. So many. How's your week been? My week's been good. Thank you for asking. How's your week been? I went and double checked my Spotify volume because I was really worried that it was way too loud. And she's my user, you can still call me Fawn. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure that I was being respectful and everything. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little stretch for a moment. I'm not gonna bother to go to the BRB screen just because there's no point. But I'm gonna like move off screen for a sec so I can stretch because I feel like I need it. If you want to get up and stretch for a moment, this would be a good time. My hair is being crazy. I don't know how much you can see that, but like there's like pieces that are just that look like, it looks like I stuck my finger in a light socket at one point, but I promise I didn't. I don't know why my hair does that. Anyways, give me a second. I'm gonna stretch really quick. Hold on. He's stretching while the mic picks up my voice farther away. I got up to stretch and I woke up the dog. That was my knuckles just now. I was hoping you wouldn't be able to tell on stream, but a while ago whenever I got sunburned, it made part of my arm turn into more of a tan. And whenever I stretched like that, I could see the two different tones on my arm. My week was good. Tuesday was my best friend's birthday and we went to a buffet and then went to an arcade. Whenever somebody talks about an arcade, it reminds me of this place called Mr. Gaddy's, and then it also reminds me of Dave & Buster's. I haven't been to Dave & Buster's in a while. It kind of makes me want to go. I feel like that'd be fun. It was a quick stretch. It was. I just need to do it a little bit and like get moving a bit. Sometimes whenever, you know, life is lifing and I can't stream as much as I want to, and then I eventually get back to doing a stream, I just need to move a little bit more. Because sitting here for a long time starts to make you feel a bit like achy, like your muscles and your joints kind of hurt a little bit. I also just need a better streaming chair, but I can't afford to do that right now. Example A, you're gonna have to take my word for it because I can't really pan the camera down for it, but on the right side underneath the armrest, oh, stream just looked super pixely for a second, that was scary. But the corner is very ripped up courtesy of my cat who decided to poke a bunch of holes in it with her nails. And then the armrests are partially detached from the chair. Thirdly, there's not very much support in this without a squishmallow behind me. There we went to Dave & Buster's. There are 3 in the province. I live here in Canada. I've only been to one like a few times, but they're really fun. I like them. I don't know about you, but if I hear that Domingo cover of Espresso, I'm gonna stream. Or is that I'm gonna stream? I'm gonna scream. Imagine like you actually did stream and you're just like, I hate this song. I feel like life has been stressful lately, not getting into details. No worries, no pressure at all to do that. I completely empathize from an incredibly specific level. Life has been lifing real hard for me lately. And I feel like I can just leave it at that and you get what I mean. I'm gonna do a Dave & Buster's once. Did you like it? I actually got okay, actually no, that wasn't my first Squishmallow. My first Squishmallow was a chameleon that I found at Target a long time ago. And then my second Squishmallow that was like my first like bigger one was one as a prize from Dave & Buster's. Dave & Buster's is like Chuck E. Cheese, but for adults. Literally, that's exactly what it is. I love that though. SNL parodies all over my For You page. It's annoying. Sorry. Have you tried like, wait, For You page like for TikTok or for what? Because I was gonna say if it's for TikTok, you can hold your finger down and click not interested. And like if you do that enough times, it should hopefully stop showing you that stuff. Oh, Instagram, okay. Oh, by the way, quick question. If you have an account on Twitter/X, I don't call it X, but you know what I mean. Has anybody else experienced a bug recently where it randomly logs you out and then you have to like log back in and everything and then temporarily it messes up the showcase number for how many people you follow? Because that happened to me. Don't worry, I looked at everything. I wasn't hacked. I don't know what happened, but I changed my password in case. It was just really weird. I think there just is a bug of some sort on the platform right now. I loved it. It was for my brother's birthday and I had a bunch of fun. I got a neck pillow as a prize. Do they have any Squishmallows there? They had Mario Kart and we played it like 10 times. That would be me. If there was somehow some kind of Animal Crossing game, I would have played it. By the way, really quick again, if you have not already liked the live stream, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you could. It is completely free and it's a super easy way to support me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Really, I do. Truly, I do. I know there's been all kinds of crazy chaos on and off. Honestly, like I would say realistically, like the last 2 years, which sounds really dramatic. I'm gonna take these off now because it's honestly kind of hurting. Yeah. I'm gonna take that off for right now. But if there's something that you need me to listen to or test or something, let me know and I'll put them back on. What was I gonna say? I hate when I lose track of my own thought like that because I know I was just talking. How do I not remember? I hate when I do that. I'm sure I'll remember in a few minutes or something. Since I'm doing that, I might just go ahead and take my hair out of the ponytail. I feel like for some reason my hair still looks like super dark on stream and I swear it is not that dark. Like from far away it looks like it is, but if I like hold it up really close to the light, I feel like it won't look as dark here. Wait, how should I hold this so that way you guys can see? I promise I'm not lying. It's not as dark as it looks. Here, I'll try that and see if that helps at all. Oh, it's super pixely now, that's fun. See? I promise it's not that dark. It's more like this. My ADHD makes me forget things or hyperfocus. It's a problem. Speaking of ADHD, I'm gonna seek this out with a professional at some point, but I already know that I'm autistic, but I have been growing a suspicion that I also have ADHD mixed in. But again, that is just a suspicion. I'm not self-diagnosing or anything. I'll ask a doctor about it at some point. Whenever I can afford to go and do that, that is, and I have the time. I played Buddy Holly at Dave & Buster's. That I feel like would age me a little bit. If I was in a Dave & Buster's, eating my food, playing some games, having a good time, and then I hear Buddy Holly by Weezer, immediately I feel like it would age me. Immediately. I have autism too. Keeping that in mind, you know how I was talking about earlier how much I hated steak and how I felt like it was too fibrous? It's been a sensory issue with me since I was a kid. Like literally since I was like old enough and like safe enough to be able to eat solid foods by myself. My mom has tried to get me to like steak and I have never liked it. The feeling of chewing it up is genuinely very overstimulating to me. I do not like it. I revisited it in adulthood to make sure that I still didn't like it. I still don't like it. I can't do steak. I can't. Chicken, however, in a lot of scenarios is very, very safe. So it's something that I rely on a lot for protein. I went to the bathroom so I could hear it better. Me. But that would still age me though. Speaking of, aside from their song Buddy Holly, does anybody know their song Island in the Sun? I have so many fun summer memories associated with that song. I was looking at the dog, she's being cute. That's why I did that thing with my lip. I didn't get any prizes because nothing we liked, so I decided to save the tickets for when we go back in February for my birthday. That was what we did for the Squishmallow that I won there. Like it took a few trips to get enough points for it, but we eventually got there. I was doing that to itch my nose, but apparently my nose is also like running a little bit. We don't have tissues in here though. Hopefully it stops because I need it to stop. Oh, that was loud, sorry. I know we talked about all kinds of stuff today. Playing back into, actually, no. I'll save that for a second because I had something else to say about the gaming. Does anybody else remember the song? Wait, what does that abbreviation stand for, Luke? Either way, I don't think I really know that song. You know what song I do know that I really like? Is As the World Falls Down by David Bowie. I need to get a tissue, so hold on. Hold on. I'll try to be fast. Hey. Okay, I'm back. I don't know how much the mic can hear me. I just needed to go get one. I'm sorry. Okay, I know them then. I know them. Okay. I know that song then. I just don't know a lot of their other songs. I'm trying to think. I have to be very careful with this. I kind of want to use my Spotify to just like, you know, refresh my memory of specific names of songs. But like, imagine I accidentally actually click something that starts playing, that would immediately copyright me so hard. The weather here is like hot like 3 days ago. Now it's cold, then going back to being hot again. It's weird for fall to be hot for so long. It's unfortunately like that for like nearly every October for us now. Like it doesn't start to really get cold and stay cold until I would say like late November. And then December is generally pretty cold. But February, however, February is always our coldest month for some reason. I don't know why. I don't get it. Excuse me. On a completely different note, I'm gonna do the poll and then you'll see what it is in a second. Hold on. Okay, poll should pop up in a second. Question being, do you have tattoos? And if so, you know, like how many? I'm curious. But even if that's like your tattoos are like super tiny, that still counts as a yes, don't worry. Well, I took the headphones off because I felt like it was hurting me, and now I feel like it's too quiet in here. I want my music back. There we go. A poll about, do you like pools to be meta? Wait, what does that mean? My apartment loves to blast the heat when it's not cold, but leaves it off when it's actually cold. I've heard that some landlords are apparently very stingy about you using the AC and the heating and whatnot. I don't live in an apartment, but I feel like that would enrage me if somebody was trying to say, hey, you can't put on this much heat because you just can't. Like I even saw this picture once. This woman was saying that her landlord wanted so badly for her to stop turning it up too much or turning it down too much that he took a clear box, like hammered it into the wall so it would cover the little, well, I don't know what the word is, but you know, like the little thing on the wall that you press the buttons for to just the AC. I'm embarrassed, I can't remember what it's called, but he put the clear thing over it so that way she would stop pressing the buttons. And I just feel like that is so unfair. You know, your stream was lovely. It was awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. I have one so far. It's 3 inches. I want to get more. I would love to get more. I only have my Celeste tattoo. I mean, it's going to be upside down for you guys, but you should still be able to see it. Yeah. Got my Celeste tattoo, and then I have the lyric tattoos on my right side ribcage. I want to get more. I want more so badly, but they're expensive, and I just can't dish out the money for that at the moment, unfortunately. That noise was me hitting the desk by accident, by the way. Poll about, do you like polls? Because you've been doing many polls. I was joking. Oh, you're good. Okay, I was just confused at first. I didn't understand. But like, legitimately, if you want me to, I could. I mean, I know you said you're joking, but like, if you for real want me to, I could. Oh, I have a tattoo. My hand accidentally hit yes. Oh, you're good. Would you want any tattoos? Not judging at all, by the way, if you say no. I know they're not everybody's thing. I personally love tattoos. You know the term like patchwork tattoos, where it's like somebody typically like, here, I'll just like, I feel like my arms are small. People will get like half a sleeve or like a full sleeve or even like on their legs or something. And the tattoos are like random things like this. They're like slightly spaced out. And they're always affiliated in some way to things that the person is interested in or things that they find meaningful, so on and so forth. They're just like random tattoos placed together. I love that style. And then additionally, I don't really like color in my tattoos. I just like the line work for some reason. I don't know why. I want a Lord of the Rings tattoo, but my parents don't approve and I still live in their house. I'm so sorry to hear that. And whenever you're able to though, I would always encourage to get whatever tattoo it is that you want. However, even more than that, I would encourage, like, for as long as possible, think about your decision, where you want to place it, do your research, think about how big you want it to be, think about all those things, so that way whenever you eventually go get your tattoo, you're absolutely positively sure. I do, but I want something I really want that means something to me. Absolutely. For me, the one on my ribs is very meaningful for me, and then I know, like, Celeste is ultimately just a video game character, but Animal Crossing, for a whole laundry list of reasons means a lot to me. So it's special to me too. That's the style I want. I love fine line tattoos. I just love the look of patchwork tattoos. It's so cute. My parents constantly pull the our house, our rules. I'm sorry. That would really upset me. I'm not saying to follow in my footsteps because that sounds like it could possibly get you in trouble and I would hate to cause any kind of chaos. So please don't necessarily do this unless for some reason you felt like it was safe or a good idea. So please use your own discretion. With that said, if it was me, I would just up and do it anyways because that was how I was growing up. I would just simply do the thing regardless. But again, I know that that's not necessarily a good idea for everybody, so please use your own discretion. Okay. Don't even accept me as non-binary, so yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, I know that I haven't met you before, but you can just know that this is a loving and welcoming place for everybody when we include and accept all identities. And I am so sorry that you are not in an accepting environment at the moment. Just know that my channel will and my community will always be an accepting environment and you are always welcome here. Speaking of tattoos, do you remember the show LA Ink? I don't, but I do remember Ink Master. Yeah, absolutely. Like, this little internet group we've got going on, we will be your honorary family. I'm trying to like pop my neck. And that's not what we're talking about right now, but I feel like my neck really needs to pop and it won't pop. My parents don't let me express my true self. I'm really sorry. I hope that someday, whenever you are able to move out, if and when you would like to do that, I hope that someday you have a home for yourself that is a lot more welcoming and loving and that feels safe. Because you deserve to feel loved. You deserve to feel welcomed. You deserve to feel accepted. And I'm so sorry that you're in an environment where you're not necessarily being accepted for who you are. I'm really sorry. Here. I wish there was, I wanted to do the good vibes command, but now I feel like it looks like I'm trying to cover that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to spread the good vibes. I want to bet about rent is so expensive. Well, absolutely it is. Everything is more expensive than it has to be. I completely understand. I've been trying to save to move out for the longest time now, and I'm having a really hard time doing that because of how expensive everything is, and I've experienced a lot of setbacks. So I promise I completely empathize with that. I really do. And again, you are always safe and welcome here. I'm really sorry that you're not in the most accepting environment, though. That makes me sad on your behalf. I'm so sorry. I am back. Welcome back, Duck Roblox. When my brother came out years ago, I was so happy he felt safe to tell me because he knew I would support him no matter what. I just want his future spouse to be kind and nice and not treat him bad. Absolutely, and I hope so too. I hope that your brother gets a spouse that is loving, accepting, and appreciates him for who he is. It's really hot in here. Sorry, to me, the change I just became very self-aware of how hot it was in here. My parents have said my autism doesn't even exist too. That's very icky. That's very icky behavior. That's a very icky, horrible thing to say. And I can reassure you that it does in fact exist. You are valid. You are important. You are loved. You are appreciated. And I am so sorry that there's anybody in your life making you feel any lesser than. If there's, and while we're on that subject, this is for everybody. If for any reason anybody in my community, whether it's through Discord or through the streams or whatever it is, if anybody in my community makes you feel like that or makes you feel unsafe or makes you feel upset, please tell me or tell a moderator so we can help to handle that, because that is not okay. We will not tolerate that. So if that happens to you and we don't hear or see it right away or something, please tell us and we will take care of that for you. That just because I have more ADHD, my autism doesn't exist. That's not true at all. For some people that have both, some traits from one of those are a lot stronger than the other. It just depends on the individual. Unfortunately, some parents don't feel like mental health is real and it makes it a not safe space for their children. Unfortunately, you're right, and I hate that that's a thing. I try not to use that word where I don't mean it, but I really do hate that. That bothers me a lot. Well, I have Tourette's and ADHD, OCD, and anxiety, so I getcha. You are more than welcome to be here too, Duck. Duck Roblox. You are safe here, and you are accepted, and you are welcome. And that affects my mental health. I will say, Luke, if you ever do need them, there is a channel that was added a while back in my server and has all kinds of resources available for mental health. If you feel like maybe any of those could be helpful for you, you could check it out to look through them. You don't have to, I'm just saying, if anybody ever needs them, whole channel in the Discord server for it that has lists of different phone numbers and resources. My parents try so hard to make sure I get the help I need for my learning disability, as they should. As they should. And it breaks my heart to know that there's some families out there that aren't as loving or accepting. It really does. I haven't heard this one before, and I thought that this was a copyrighted song playing for a second. Gosh, that sent me a surge of anxiety. Oh my gosh. Well, thankfully, it's not a copyrighted song, but it almost was. I hope you enjoy your lurk, Megs. Thanks, that's not even the worst, but I don't feel like sharing the worst. It might be best that we don't share the worst of it in chat just because I don't know what that is, and like I don't know if it could possibly trigger anybody, but I just wanted to go ahead and make sure that I emphasize to you that you are loved and accepted and welcome here in my community. And I'm, again, for the last time tonight, I'm very sorry that you're in an environment where you don't feel that way, but you have us. We will be your little internet family. I have a vat of grease in my pocket. You might not understand I have a vat of grease in my pocket. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. All right. Welcome to the stream, BK. My second grade teacher noticed my learning disability and asked my parents to get me tested. My mom thought I had ADHD when I was younger, and it wasn't that. At least I don't think that it was that. I mean, now as an adult, I think I might have it, but when I was younger, we didn't know. She thought that I had it, and then I got off the medication for it because it was not doing very good things for me. And now as an adult, I am diagnosed with autism. Hugs, yes, absolutely. I know I've done it a lot today, but I'm gonna do it again. Internet hugs for everybody. Hugs, hearts, and good vibes. All the good things. All of them. Hearts for all of you, because you are loved, you are important, and you are appreciated, and you deserve to feel like you are. And if you don't for any reason, I am so sorry to hear that, and I hope that changes ASAP, because you are loved, and you deserve to feel that way. And my boss at work isn't great either. Sorry. Well, I don't know what they're doing or what it is that makes them not be so great, but I hope that that changes. And I hope that your work environment and relationship with your boss becomes more positive. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention, like, since we're getting kind of towards the end of the stream at the moment, as long as that thing silly, goofy, crazy goes on with the Wi-Fi and whatnot, tomorrow, stream should still be on for 11 a.m. Central Time like it's always scheduled to. Saturday and Sunday streams are 11 a.m. Central Time. I will do everything in my power to be live in hopes that nothing silly, goofy happens. Today's been fine. First time I tried to be live earlier, that unfortunately did not go correctly, but the second time around it went fine. So I feel like tomorrow and Sunday should be okay too. So again, you can expect that to start about 11 a.m. Central Time. Hopefully there's no hiccups. Want to make sure that I said that. She singles me out constantly and shortens my breaks for no reason. Don't you have to have like a bare minimum for your break? Well, that's rude. I'm so sorry. And also, frankly, that does sound very inconsiderate because everybody, wherever it is that you work, whatever environment that you work in, like you need to have some kind of a break. For me, as long as you're a good person and don't treat people bad or be rude to people, you can be yourself and we'll love you no matter what. Absolutely. And building off upon that, I didn't end up tweeting this earlier, but I did save the tweet. Hold on. I took a screenshot of it because I wanted to read this. It's important. Give me a second. Where is it? Okay, turn the brightness up because I can't see. There's a couple of miscellaneous things. I was thinking a lot of things earlier and I wanted to share this. So I said, and I mean this, to be cringe is to be free and embarrassment is a social construct. Life is too short to keep trying to be liked. Be goofy, embrace your interests, and post about whatever you want on your platform if you're a creator. Excuse me. The audience and friends meant for you will find you. Additionally, again, I don't know how many of you have X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And I also want to tell you about the message I have on my pinned tweet because I feel like it's a very important message to send out. But it says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you cannot thrive and grow in the same dead soil you were planted in before. Life is too short to stay in the bad soil, so go plant yourself where you will bloom like you deserve. The right people will appreciate your colors and your energy. And that is something that I stand by. She's worth it because she's high up in the company. That's just awful. I am so sorry. It sounds like you've got a lot that's going on, so I hope that collectively all of those things improve ASAP because you deserve to be happy. You deserve positivity, and I'm so sorry to hear that there's not that much positivity going around. I'm so sorry. I hate when I have that feeling in my neck. It feels like at the base of it, like it needs to pop so bad, and it's like not popping. Also, I got a text from my mother-in-law. Okay. Sorry, that was something important I had to check out. Yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry, Luke. That does not sound like a fun time. What time is it? It's 7:12. I have, I believe, 11 minutes left of the stream, but I do need to feed the dog. Because I think right about now is when she needs to be. I'm saying I think, you'd be like, why don't you know that about your dog? It's because, as I said earlier, she's been living out her golden years with her dad, and he does not live with us, so I only see her sometimes, and her schedule's a bit different now, but I believe she needs to eat. So I may need to go. I might need to. My dream job is to be a hairdresser to help the LGBTQ community feel safe in the hairdresser place. I love that. Luke, I would trust you to cut my hair. I really would. I have super bad trust issues with hairstylists because they have done me dirty so many times. That is a whole other subject I could rant about for forever. When you find someone who loves you no matter what and will always be there, it's the best feeling ever because that's my best friend. She's the only friend I have, but it's better than having fake friends. Ultimately, that is something I agree with too. I will always agree with and feel like it's better off to have a lesser amount of friends that are very good and very loyal, trustworthy friends, rather than having like a massive group of them that are possibly all fake. Yeah, I would trust you to cut my hair. I trust that you wouldn't do me dirty. By that, I mean, I've had scenarios where I specifically said to please just, you know the term like dusting the ends where you like kind of like barely cut the ends to get some of the split ends off? I've had more than one scenario where I would ask a public hairdresser to please just do that and you get rid of the funky ends. And then instead of doing that, they would cut off like 3 inches. That makes my blood boil. I really would though, Luke. I would trust you. I've honestly wanted to be a makeup artist, to be honest. I find it beautiful and what you said inspires me to do the same thing. And if I can do that, I'd be very happy. I think both of you should follow those dreams for someday. I'm not sure how to start my journey. I feel like that would probably require cosmetology school. I'm not sure because I don't work in that career field. So I would do a little bit of research on that if you want to find out exactly what needs to be done. That and then the requirements may be a little bit different depending on where you're from exactly. I feel some people don't know how to cut my natural curly hair well. I feel like a lot of people won't admit to that, like people that work in salons. There've been plenty of them do, but a lot of them don't and don't want to admit that, unfortunately. Which inevitably ends up like screwing over people that have curly hair, and it's so unfair. That's another subject I could rant about. I got inspired by someone on TikTok. I don't know if I would ever work in that career field. However, if for some reason I did, I promise you, I'm not going to be out here deliberately cutting off more hair than my customer asks for, because that to me, that to me is just so unbelievably rude. Like, it doesn't, even if there's still split ends left, if your customer asks you to only cut off a certain amount, you only cut off that certain amount. It doesn't matter if there's still dead hair left. If they only want a certain amount, then you only cut off that amount, because they did not consent to having like 5 inches taken off. They only consented to the amount that they told you. You know what I mean? Oh, who on TikTok, by the way? I'm curious. If you heard that, that was the dog. Sometimes, like, whenever she, like, licks herself, she'll get, like, her fur hair is stuck in her throat and has to, like, hack kind of to get it to come out. I feel like the LGBTQ community has a harder time in the hairdresser haircut space. I feel like they definitely do. And I also feel like anybody with any kind of curly hair often gets mistreated in the haircutting space. And it's just very unfortunate. And I wish that wasn't a thing, but it unfortunately is. When I was younger, I hated telling people I was in special education because I did not want to be seen as stupid, but as an adult, I embrace it and I am smart in my own way. And as you should. Unfortunately, I wasn't in any special education classes growing up. I feel like I noticed a lot, unfortunately, that those who did, once they told people about it, they were often made fun of, and that's just not good. That is just very icky, gross behavior that I do not tolerate. Yeah, like that. I just want a little bit off the tips, only an inch or so, not too short hairs or buzz cut. Literally, that's what it feels like. And it's just like, it doesn't matter what you think would look good. It doesn't matter how much you think should be cut off. If your customer only consents to like 1 inch, then you only cut off the 1 inch. You don't cut off like 5. Oh, hello. Apparently the chat disconnected for a brief moment. Are we good? Can you hear me and see me really, really fast, please? Yes or no? Can you hear me and see me? I mean, at least I did that towards the end of the stream, but like, hello, that was freaky. I think it was called J Palm Hairdressing Salon. I don't think I've seen them before. Yes, yeah, you're good. That was weird. Like, I didn't see that the chat disconnected. I looked away a little bit for a second. I looked back and then apparently disconnected for like the briefest moment ever. That was weird. Is there any polls I need to end up? Okay. When I did my red ombre, she did my hair 8 hours in heels. I don't know how I could never. I would have to do it in like, you know, like specifically the sneakers that are like, that look kind of like chunky, but they have like a lot of cushion built up at the bottom. That's what you need to wear if you're going to be on your feet for that long. I can't remember how I found them. Honestly, I can't even remember how I found like half the people that I follow on TikTok. They just spawned on my For You page at one point. With that said, I am getting kind of towards the end of the stream and I do need to go feed the dog. I'm not going to be doing a raid today just because I need to go and I'm kind of tired, honestly. I love you all. In regards to whenever streams start, again, just in case anybody didn't hear me or if you forgot or just need a reminder, tomorrow's stream and Sunday's stream, they both, Sunday and Saturday streams both always start at 11 a.m. Central Time. Considering crazy, goofy things happen with the internet apparently, where things don't want to connect. I hope that there's no hiccups tomorrow. I hope. But if there is, I am so sorry. I will do my best. But considering how these things keep happening to me, who knows? It could happen again. But I love you all. I had fun today. I missed you so much. And I'm so glad that we got to catch up. Again, if you have not joined my Discord server before and you are at least 13, please consider joining. Please consider joining. Because the bulk of my community updates and communication in general go in there. I try not to put all of it in my community tab just because I get paranoid that I'm going to clog people's feeds. Because that's not good. Nobody wants that. But again, Streamlabs sent it twice. So yeah, there is the Discord link if you are interested in joining. With that said, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you could. And as long as there's no hiccups and stuff tomorrow, I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time for another live stream. Bye, everybody.